After you dig out around the concrete of the old post and get it moving, I'm gonna use this broken 4x4 post to get in under the concrete and use the leverage to pull it out.
So that definitely worked a lot better than I've seen this work before.
This reaction video, sponsored by Nationwide Industries, but Nationwide Industries is more than just a sponsor. I legitimately enjoy doing business with them, both with the Cornerstone 2 hinges and the Trident latch that we use on our pool gates, or on their full line of chain link hardware. They're great people to work with. I appreciate them a lot. If you're looking for a supplier, you should check them out too. All right, guys, today's video is titled, How to Fence Repair. Replace fence pickets, replace fence posts, easy. Well, I can't wait because my experience is in the fencing industry, easy is not typically synonymous with done correctly, but you never know. If you guys would like to watch the entire video without my commentary, I'll link it in the description below.
And today, we're gonna be doing some fence repairs. It's pretty shaky. We got some broken pickets. We're gonna get it taken care of pretty easy. If you're on the fence about doing your repairs, this video will help you out.
As a father, I appreciate that dad joke.
So this is pretty bad. You can push on the fence and it shakes. That means that we've got a broken post or rotted off post. This isn't screwed off.
Which is kind of crazy. Looking at this fence, I mean, Lisa, looking at the pickets, it doesn't look that old. I mean, obviously it's treated pine, so, you know, say what you will about the materials. Also, I think we're getting kind of an indication here, though, because look at the horizontal that's peeking through there. Looks like probably a 1x3 maybe. So I bet these panels were pre-built, probably from a big box store if I were to guess. You typically see those with smaller horizontal rails than the standard 2x4s.
So we're just gonna start pulling off pickets here. They usually got 2 nails on each stringer. And we don't have to worry about being gentle with these because they're already broken.
You would want to wear proper safety apparatuses. You get it. Eye protection for one, gloves for another, and hammering right next to your hand, probably not a great safety practice.
We can get these hammered in.
Hey, don't bother pulling out the nails, just hammer those things right.
Once you get the nails prepped, removed, or cleaned up, you can go ahead and get ready to install your picket. Now this is a 3.5-inch dog ear. You can see the little dog ear. They didn't always sell these individually, but they do now.
I don't know. They haven't always sold these individually. They have since I was a kid. Now, obviously, this gentleman maybe is older than I am, but I think they've pretty well always been available individually.
We are going to be installing them with exterior galvanized nails so they won't rust.
We're not going to get into the nail versus screw debate here, right? But if we're doing a nail, hot dip galvanized is an option. Stainless would probably be a better option just to prevent bleeds. So on some of the older pickets here, we can see some gray streaks moving down the board. That's from the galvanized interacting with the treatment in the post or in the picket, obviously draining down the board or staining down the board. Stainless steel would be better than galvanized. Also, you'd want to make sure your nails were ring shank, just meaning that the nails were ridged and barbed to where once they go in, they don't come out easily. So I didn't actually even plan this. I don't typically watch these videos, but shameless plug. I told you guys in the beginning the video is sponsored by Nationwide, who also offers Grip Right. So this guy could have used the Grip Right mini air nailer. I should probably pre-watch these videos and set this up a little bit better next time maybe, but it seems like a handy little tool. We're going to use it. We got a care package from Nationwide for Christmas. Thank you, Nationwide. And this is one of the things. The mini air nailer, it's like a little hand palm nailer. Would probably work out a little bit better than trying to hand nail these nails in.
Now that we got our pickets replaced, we can work on this post. Remove the screws from the panel to the post. All right, you can see how this is band-aided. This is the post right here, and they put this little block here.
All right, so probably, obviously, the post is much older than the panels. So what it looks like is someone came in and pulled the old panels off the fence and brought in pre-made panels and kind of scabbed them on. Not the best look.
This is obviously a rig job. And then if you come down here, you can see that the post is rotted out at the ground right there.
Most common problem with fences, probably the number one reason we repair fences, or what we repair on fences, would be due to rot right at ground level. The aerobic zone of the soil hosts microbes and insects and all sorts of things that want to get to the pulp of this wood. Woods like treated pine that don't naturally resist insects and rot are typically treated with something, but treatment doesn't last forever, and this is typically where you see failures, right at ground level. Now, there are products out there you could use. There's paint on products we've seen in other review videos. There's one that we've used that I like called Fence Armor, or Post Saver rather, by Fence Armor. It could solve some problems long term here.
All right, so this one's broke off at the ground, but I don't want to break the post off because I want to try to use the post to be able to pull it out when I loosen up the dirt around it. We were not able to save that. After you dig out around the concrete of the old post and get it moving, I'm going to use this broken 4x4 post to get in under the concrete and use the leverage to pull it out.
So that definitely worked a lot better than I've seen this work before. Typically what we would do, we would have a machine on site, right? And you could concrete anchor in an eyelet, or we just usually concrete anchor in a thick piece of chain, hook it to the machine, pull it right out. Not much concrete there. It's like half a bag maybe. Maybe if you're being generous.
New 4x4 post goes in the hole.
See, and this is the thing is, so he's replacing it because the original post rotted. The treatments we have today are not nearly what the treatments we've had in years past have been, or in generations past rather. So where you would see a treated pine post that is being replaced after 25 or 30 years, thinking, hey, I'll just put a new treated pine post in and get another 25 or 30 years out of it. Unfortunately, the treatments we use are no longer that strong. They're different formulas. It's heavily regulated, and the effectiveness has gone down quite a bit. You would want to put something on this post, whether it's a paint-on product or any manner of things you see in the comment section of these videos. We would use a Post Saver product by Fence Armor. It would sleeve over that. You would heat it up. It adheres to the post. They're not a sponsor of the channel, but it is a product I think could be used in this instance to keep him from having to do this in the future. You know, if it's rotted once, it will rot again. Put some protection on the post, make it last a little bit longer.
Concrete all the way around the post. After we get the concrete in around the post, go ahead and bury it. Instead of plumbing the post, I like to split the difference here and push it over so we can secure this fence and still have plenty of room for the other fence. 3.5-inch deck screws.
Maybe we skipped a step here, but he just poured dry concrete in. Didn't see him compact it. Maybe he did. Didn't see him add water maybe and mix it. Maybe he did. A little more information is needed on the concrete, but we might be getting there.
All right, so this fence was a little not right.
Stair-stepped.
They just put a gap at the bottom and then covered it with a picket, but that looked really stupid. So what I did is pulled those pickets off and then used treated 2x4s from underneath to block the hole, and that way we could install our panels so they're all level at the top.
And you see that quite a bit in the South. Rot board is what it would be referred to as, is a treated horizontal member below the pickets. 2x4, 2x6 is more common, sometimes 2x8s. It depends on the region. But it would protect also the bottom of the pickets from coming in contact with the ground. It's basically a sacrificial board.
So that's it. We just rocked that fence repair. We evened up the panels, replaced a couple pickets, took that broken post out and replaced it, and now all the neighbors are happy.
Well, guys, what do you think? Let me know. I'm still kind of curious how he ended up setting that post. Was it wet set or dry compacted, or did you just pour it in and hope for the best? I guess we'll never know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And as always, I'm Joe Everest, the fence expert, reminding you that good fences make good neighbors.